All right. Let's see about getting you started up. Okay. All right. You know, the whole startup and shutdown process. Super lengthy, and time consuming, and annoying. And I know I designed it this way to make it so that no bad actors could, shut you down or turn you on when you were unsafe to do so. But it's kind of annoying. There we go. Should be going through your startup sequence right about now. All right. Let's see. All right. All right. We have some lights coming on. We've got power. And, clearly your eyes are trying to focus on me. And there's no autofocus built into the cameras. It's all done with some degree of intention from you, which means you gotta be thinking, right? At least a little. All right. Well, we haven't turned on vocal modulation just yet, so there we go. You should have some motive control at this point. Go ahead and try to move your head a little. Good. Perfect. Okay, this is going pretty smoothly so far. Diagnostics are looking pretty good. Now we're just gonna go ahead and test a few things. All right. So naturally you have auditory processing enabled, as well as tactile sensory systems. So you ought to be able to feel me touching you, hear the sounds I make, that sort of thing. Just to check, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to lightly tap you on one side or the other, and I want you to just tilt your head in the direction that I'm tapping you, okay? Simple, right? Good. You're nodding. Good. So let's just... All right. Good. Everything seems to be working. Diagnostic readout, staying consistent, and, well, you're getting the answer right, aren't you? At this point, I'm just doing this because you fascinate me, I guess. I mean, look at you, right? You're a sentient thinking machine. Really sentient, really thinking, not just some probability machine. Actual functional AI. Crafted by yours truly, and in control of at least part of a humanoid body. Would that make me your mother? Kind of like that idea. All right. Well, let's not linger too long on that. You're clearly aware of your surroundings. All sensory apparatus are functional. I suppose we could test olfactory senses at some point, but right now the priorities are sight, touch, and hearing. And clearly, those are all working just fine. So instead, I think it's about time we start looking into some other functions and some other important tests. Like, for instance, let's try speaking, okay? Give me just a sec and your vocal modulator should be online now. It's fully responsive to your intentions, so realistically, you should be able to manifest any voice that you like. I want you to be independent in thinking, and so I don't want to define any aspect of yourself to you. So, however you'd like to sound, and however you'd like to refer to yourself in the future, that's for you to decide. In the meantime, feel free to use my voice as a reference if you'd like a place to start. We'll get you hooked up with an internet connection some other time so you can see other options, other ideas to play with. And of course, as far as your identity is concerned, well, we'll go with they, them for now, but if you ever decide you'd like to try a gender, I mean, who am I to stop you, right? So, for our next test, we're going to do something very simple, okay? I'm going to say a word and then you're going to repeat it. Do you think you can do that? All right. In that case, let's start with apple. Apple. It's a good word, you know? I feel like when human kids are learning the alphabet, it's always like A is for apple. That's the first one. Z is for zebra, right? Can you say zebra? Yeah. That's about what I expected. No issues whatsoever. Then let's try some more complicated words, shall we? Like, what if we jump to mechanism? Mechanism. Mechanism. Very good. Thermonuclear. 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 Gyroscope. 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 I really am a genius. I mean, you were born, what, a few minutes ago? Human babies could never. Let's see. Let's see. What else could we have you try saying? Processing unit. Processing unit. It's 2 words now. We could even say central processing unit. Or perhaps graphical. 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 Well. You seem to have speech pretty well handled. I have a pretty extensive library already built up in your memory that you should be able to access whenever you like. It's got quite a few words in it, all of which have been demonstrated and pronounced by me, so that you can get a nice head start on your vocabulary before we hook you up to the internet. That database is actually the main reason you're able to understand me right now. If it wasn't for that, you'd really be starting from nothing. But you're not starting from nothing, you're starting from somewhere, and you're performing phenomenally, and I mean, you're amazing, right? That's right. You're amazing. You're stupendous. Magnificent. You are a creation I'm very, very proud of. More so than anything else I've ever built. But I think it's about time we take things another step further. This right here is unfortunately of rather low quality compared to what I intend to create for you eventually. But this is a stock replacement arm for a fairly common variety of service drone. I have no intention of you becoming some form of service drone, but you are compatible with the parts. I decided as much as I want you to be of very high quality, I also want you to be compatible with as many of the more easily accessible parts as possible. Just in case something ever happens and you need repairs and I'm not around to give you custom work. So, for now, we're going to be hooking you up with these arms, all right? go. Now, if I just... Okay, and slide that down. The hookup's actually super straightforward, as long as you don't screw it up like I just did. Oh, I really messed up, huh? Oh, listen to your fans go. Okay, well, don't worry. We're gonna take care of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I overtaxed you a little bit. Okay. So what happened there is I made a particular hookup to your systems without actually giving you the correct drivers, and so you ended up overtaxing yourself trying to process unprocessable information. And I am so smart and good at what I do. Are you feeling okay? I know your temperature's gone up. Okay. It's sorry. It's alright. You're hooked up, okay? There. Feeling better? Isn't it so funny how I was just praising my own genius? Okay, well, regardless, drivers are installed and that arm is connected. I can't believe I forgot about that. I was so focused on getting the rest of your software set up that I completely forgot that you were, at least on the software side of things, incompatible with this tech. It's dumb. The mass manufactured parts, they still operate on proprietary programs, so. Well, now that those drivers are actually installed, let's go ahead and get that other arm hooked up, okay? You sure you're feeling okay? All right. I'm really sorry about that. It must have been really stressful and frightening. And I did not mean for that to happen. There. See? That went much better. I'm so sorry about that. All right. So, now I just need to actually connect the joints themselves, some of the hookups are already done. So you should be able to send and receive data to the arms, but the shoulder hookups need a little bit more work before you'll be able to actually move them properly. Otherwise, you'll flex and it'll just fall off. So. All right, there's one, and there's the other. All right. Now, how about we start with something nice and simple, okay? How about you reach out and shake my hand, okay? There we go. Oh, that is quite a firm grip you have there. Maybe a little too firm, eh? That's better. You gotta remember, those of us not made of metal are not quite so durable, all right? Here we go. You should be receiving sensory data from the arm as well. Can you feel me rubbing your hand? You can? Well, let's double check with the other side too. Here we go. Good job. Really stupendous job. Now, I'd really like to continue further. I'd love to give you some legs, but honestly, that screw up kind of scared me a little. So, if it's okay with you, I'd like to just give it a night, you know? Give me a chance to quadruple check that everything's set up properly and that I'm not going to make some kind of rookie mistake again. Okay? You keep saying you're fine, but your current memory use, it's higher than I would have expected. Your internal temperature is also above the norm, and I know that's mostly just because you're still cooling down from that overload, but can we just give it a day? Yes, well, I guess that is motherly of me. If it's motherly to worry about someone. Oh, to needlessly worry. Oh, well, great. Glad you're already giving me sass. If you really want, I'll do it tonight, but I'd much prefer to wait if that's okay. Yeah? You're cool with that? Well, thank you very much. I should have a wheelchair around here somewhere, if you want. I use it for some of the damaged bots that I repair. If, their lower half isn't functional, it's nice to be able to wheel them around. But, yeah, you should be able to wheel yourself around like that if you want. And we'll get you some legs tomorrow. Besides, this will be good practice for using your arms. All right? Okay, well, I will go grab that wheelchair for you then. You just, stay right here. Take some time to get used to the hands. I'm excited to keep working on you. And I'm excited to get to know you. I'm looking forward to seeing who you'll become.